Welcome to Taiwan Talk. I'm Sheree Felice, and this week I'm joined by Gilda Banyugan, the chairwoman of Migrant International Taiwan Chapter, a group that supports migrant workers from all over the world. Listen in as Gilda explains what it's like to be a migrant worker in Taiwan and discusses some of the injustices that face the community. Welcome, Gilda. You are the chairwoman of Migrant Taiwan. Can you tell me what your organization does?
Our organization, this is a group for helping migrant workers.
Okay, in what way?
For a welfare, and we assist the labor dispute, and we are raising about the rights of the migrant workers.
What is your experience working in Taiwan as a migrant worker?
First, I work here. First employer is a Taiwanese. So my experience to them is I have an illegal work. Because in the contract that I signed, I just taking care of the aisle men. But when I arrive here, I just take care of the kid, the toddler. And at the same time, I did the household chores, something like that. And then I don't have day off. I just only once a month day off. But if I will take a day off, I just bring the kid out during my day off. So even it's my holiday, I just take care of my employer's daughter.
Okay.
So that is my experience for my previous employer. And the second, because they're a foreigner, they're from Dutch, they must follow the rules. I have every Sunday's day off, and then I have to work with them from 8 hours, and they're very supportive employers. So I don't have any problem with them.
Is that the family that you're working for now, the Dutch family?
Yes.
If you could see one thing changed about the labor laws in Taiwan regarding migrant workers, what would you like to see changed?
I would say please allow home-based migrant workers or caretakers, caregivers into the Labor Standard Act. Otherwise, if we are covered at the Labor Standard Act, we can have a day off and our salary must be increased. Yeah, we are a migrant workers, so we just be covered into the Labor Standard Act. And second is abolish the broker system and promote the direct hiring policy country to country.
Okay, what are some of the core programs your organization has?
Our program, the latest is the 1 Billion Rising, organized last March 24, because most of the migrant workers, women migrant workers, is working in the house as a caretaker. So most of them is the victims of many forms of violations like sexual harassment and overwork and etc., like all underpayment of wages. So we call out justice for the migrant workers who are victims of these kinds of violations by the employers and the brokers.
I've seen a lot of things in the news in Hong Kong and Singapore of migrant workers working in those countries and then getting abused and now being able to prosecute the employers who abuse them. How would you say Taiwan compares to these countries?
There are many kinds of abuses here in Taiwan. Like, for example, sexual harassment. So we handle this kind of case, but the problem is the prosecutor is dismissed the case because they say that the evidence we submitted is not enough. There is no justice because they don't want to prosecute the employers. So
Right.
Maybe because home-based workers is not covered into the Labor Standard Act. So if these employers abuse these workers, it's just like the demand is like, okay, you can have to change another employer, you can have to find another job, but it's so sad for us because they don't want to prosecute the employers. If these employers is violating the law, they can pay this kind of amount to this Taiwan government, just only like that. But the justice is not in favor of the migrant workers.
So what advice would you give to migrant workers arriving in Taiwan, and what advice would you give to employers here in Taiwan?
Okay. First is for the migrant workers. Before you arrive in Taiwan, you must have a copy of your own contract, your own passport. Don't sign any blank paper or Chinese paper. You just ask the broker to have an English translation. And you have to contact Migrant International Taiwan chapters to ask everything we can assess, whatever happened. Don't be afraid if those employers or brokers is abused, you can immediately call 1955 for help. Message us immediately and we can help you. And for the employers, we are a human being. You can treat us as a human being. Treat us as a migrant workers, not a slave.
How can people support your organization, Migrant Taiwan?
More migrant workers will help our organization for raising the right. Most of the migrant workers here in Taiwan is very supportive. Some of them can find out our organization and they can join us.
Yeah, but how about someone who's not a migrant worker? How could someone like me help your organization?
They can help us, for example, the translation. We encourage local people, Taiwanese people, to support migrant workers about their rights here in Taiwan.
And how can they support migrant workers? What are some actual things that they can do?
We need your help for our campaign to stop discrimination and our campaign to abolish the broker system and to raise the wage of the home-based workers and also to give migrant workers a day.
Can people donate money? Can people be volunteers?
I think volunteers is the best.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you so much for the time and thank you so much for this opportunity that we can raise ourselves.
That's it for this week's episode of Taiwan Talk. I'd like to thank Gilda once again for joining me this week. Remember, if you are a migrant worker in Taiwan and need help, head to Migrant International Taiwan Chapter on Facebook. As always, please remember to take care of yourselves. I'm Sheree Felice.